At what age did you make your first 1 million?
When I was 22.
Can you say you're a billionaire?
I'm a billionaire.
You think operating a business in Nigeria is quite challenging?
The problem here is the system. Most of us are struggling based on from who we are. There are some tribe that can't even sustain. They will give up.
What is your template for someone to be able to start from one shop and be able to scale or expand to other outlets?
That expansion need also.
What is your top 5 best advice to someone that wants to go into any business?
Number one, you have to.
How long did you serve your guy before you started?
6 years.
What's the amount of money that you used to start the business?
I was free. That was January 1997. A sum of 150,000.
What is the most amount of money you made in a month?
Sometimes when business is good, you can even push a button and make 18 million.
In a year, you could make over 120 million.
Definitely. So, in life, you have to know what you want. Pursuing your goals. There are things you need to do. In every morning you wake up, you need to be focused.
Welcome to Selahmeditate. I remain your very host, Benzik. This is a special series of Selahmeditate podcast tagged Selahmeditate Street Business Credibility, SBC. It's not going to be your regular podcast. This is a series where we meet real entrepreneurs on the streets, in their stores, in the kiosk, in the offices, successful multi-millionaires and billionaire entrepreneurs, and uncover their secrets to building wealth 1 naira at a time. We're going to ask them how they were able to start from scratch to build the wealth that they have currently. So come with me and let's go get them. So what line of business are you in?
I'm into IT and photographic interiors.
How long have you been in this business?
I started staying with my cousin. That was 1989. Eventually, you know how it is. It happens towards the eastern start of Nigeria. We learn a trade. After trade, you've been settled and start your own from the little. You can be able to grow up, and at the same time it's a journey. There you learn how to manage money, learn how to keep your record, learn how to maintain customers. Customer relationship very important in anything you do. That happens to be trade, buying and selling. You need to convince them, show them the right thing. At the same time, you are doing that in order to make money out of it.
How long did you serve your guy before you started?
6 years.
Where did you start, process?
I started in Kano, but I didn't stay long before coming to Lagos. I finished here in this same market before the business started growing and developing. I engaged in IT business.
So that means your guy that you started with was in Kano?
Yeah. He has outlet in Kano and Onitsha and Lagos.
So you started doing with one in Kano for 6 years?
No. I finished here. Just a few months. That was what I spent in Kano.
What you did was in Kano was for a few months?
Few months.
You started with the same person or different person?
Same
person.
Another outlet.
Another outlet.
Yes.
Then you came down to
Lagos
and started for 6 years.
Yes.
So that 6 years, when precisely did he said to you, what year and when did you start?
1997. Yes.
So how did you start, or what's the amount of money that you used to start the business?
My guy happens to be my cousin. I was free. That was January 1997. A sum of 150,000. And he blessed me and prayed for me that I would succeed. So this is where we are today. So
you started with 150,000 in 1997, and then from 1997 to now, it's like 25 years or so.
Yes.
Roughly. You have been in the business for like 25 years roughly.
Right? Correct.
With 150,000.
Yes.
So with 150,000 that you started, how were you able to manage and expand the business with that amount of money?
With that 150,000, he happens to allow me to make use of one of his store. Then it was formerly we use it at packing store where we keep goods. When a customer buys, we pick up and supply to them. So I now have to go back there, start putting things in order, because then it's like empty. You have to put your showcase, get a desk, customer decks and stuffs like that. So at the end of the day, what I spent actually was about 38,000 from the 150. It happens to be I started this business, the cash, 112,000.
And it started in Lagos here?
Lagos here.
Where precisely?
This Arulaya.
This same Arulaya here?
Definitely.
So you started like, if you remove 30,000 from 150, that's like 120. 38,000. So that's like 112,000 that you used to start the business. So how were you able to expand it?
Same buying and selling. I keep on hustling,
Okay, currently, like how much are you able to make with the business in a month?
Plus or minus. Let me go back how this whole thing started from this 112,000. I started trading 1998. I have to register a company formally as a limited liability company. I start doing making things, and I have the vision to do international business. That was my vision. So at 2020, that was my first time traveling out of Nigeria to go and import goods by my own. Before then, I've been doing some couple of business, not being able to go there through send. Then it was the time of we do telex, we send telex, make telephone call. Then there is nothing like mobile phone then.
Yes.
And most of the time this WhatsApp happens to happen in this early 2000 and whatever, 10 thereabout. So then means of communication, you have to send email and fax machine. Then fax was active. That's the only way you can communicate from here to overseas. My first trip was February 2020. I traveled out of this country. First trip was Dubai. I got my hazit. That is how this journey started. After 1.5 years, 2-3 years more, I engaged myself in a computer business. IT, I import computer printers, desktop, laptop. Before then, I expanded to having other outlets. Apart from Lagos, we are in Port Harcourt, we are in Ikeja as we speak, and also in Onitsha, in Abuja. So that is how the journey started from 112,000 today. I can boast of having about 23 staffs.
Wow.
That's working with me. So it's a journey that every time we remember the past, we say, God is great.
That's a big journey from 112,000 to now over 23 staffs, and you have like 4 or 5 different outlets. Now with 112,000 that you started with around 1997 to now, what is the most amount of money you made in a month?
Sometimes when business is good, you can even push a button and make 18 million.
18 million in a month?
Yeah.
So that means in a year you could make over 120 million.
Definitely.
So that's a good way for you to be able to grow from 112,000 to now making over 120 million within a year. So what created that expansion that what mindset you were able to imbibe that helped you to grow and expand your business to this level?
No, in life you have to know what you want. Pursuing your goals. There are things you need to do. In every morning you wake up, that you need to be focused. That same thing you are doing, you need to concentrate on it and limit yourself in you associate with people that can also educate you, that can also give you some idea for growth. Because these things, if you are sleeping in your house, it doesn't come anywhere. You have to work for it and be sure. Sometimes business is also, there are part of risk inside. So if you fail to understand that, your growth will be limited. There are people that I'm the kind of person that always strive. I need to make things work.
Have you ever felt like giving up before?
There are sometimes we face challenges, but you need to stand your ground. When I started, there was a time I lost all my capital. I imported some item from China. Unfortunately, it was the finger battery. Those battery was leaking, so I have to even bring out my money to dispose them. Wow. So it looks like it is end of the line, but because of I believe tomorrow will be better. I have to be focused and start all over.
This what happened when?
Around 2006 thereabout.
2006. So that means you went rock bottom like 2006 and started all over again.
Yes, of course.
How did you pick yourself up from that ground?
Same way, you have to go back to the drawing board and say, look, there are things you are doing, maybe you are spending, but for instance, maybe you are spending 2,000 in a day, you have to shrink yourself, put yourself together, make it, try and minimize what you spend on. And those things that that are consuming your finance, desist from it and start all over. It's going to come up unless we lose focus.
What do you think is the top 3 reasons why many people remain poor?
Laziness is part of it, and not knowing what to do at the right time. And the people you associate with can also draw you back. If you are with me, we'll talk of business, how to grow. Those are the basic things you do as an entrepreneur. Being a businessman is plus and minus. You are buying this, you are targeting to make this. Sometimes it doesn't work like that, but at the same time, you need to, digest whatever you are investing your money on. And another important thing you have to also do, because sometimes you get favor from foreign partners. What are those favor you get? Credit facilities. And credit facility doesn't come like that. First, you have to build trust. If you have been trust, somebody can even hand over $1 million goods for you, sell and return my money. So those are the things that also can make you grow. But sometimes we also suffer financial issue in terms of exchange rate. That happens. I've lost money in that way, because you've been supplied goods from your foreign partner on credit, and today you've done your landing cost based on exchange rate of today. and supply. Sometimes you also give credit, and you are working on based on today rate. For instance, 1,535. You've worked it out. Tomorrow, maybe the exchange rate will increase to 2,005, and whatever you are only $1 million. Then it was about 153,500,000. So if it goes up to 200, and definitely you're going to pay 250 million. So you see the gap. You've lost about 45% of the capital. A foreign partner, what they know is their currency. It's none of their business. If you are trading, at the end of the day, the economy of your country affects you. That $1 billion happens to be maybe like 500 or something thousand. You're going to make it up. It happens during Jonathan regime when Buhari came in. Dollar was 360. I eventually pay dollar that I'm owing at 700 and something naira. You can imagine you've lost half of your money.
So if I get you correctly, one of the major reasons why people stay poor is lack of management. What are the other ones again?
Lack of management and lack of concentration. Whatever you do, you need to be focused and make sure you achieve your goal.
Can you remember when you made your first 1 million?
2000, yeah, early 2000.
Early 2000.
Because I remember my first trip to Dubai. I believe I traveled with about $14,000, which then exchange rate was 102. So I'm already a millionaire. Maybe 1999. I'm already a millionaire.
So now, can you say you are a billionaire?
A billionaire?
Yes.
I'm sure of that.
You are sure of that?
If you sum all my things,
all your net worth.
It's business.
Yes.
You are growing. There are other investments you are also doing.
Yes.
We from the East, there are a lot of responsibilities.
Yes.
We take care of our wife. For me, I'm the only son of my father. I have sisters. I take care of them, train them in university too. From the day I happens to be a free man, responsibility is there. You have to take care of those are things, those are your money that you made. There are also investments. Buy a land, build a house, you rent out. Those are things that are also assets to me.
Put all those assets together, you are worth billions.
No, I'm a billionaire.
You are a billionaire.
By God's grace.
Now, what is your best advice to someone that is thinking of entering into your business? Business
is a thing of choice. You need to know what you want. For those of us that are into business, they will tell you a lot of story, and you need to be honest. That's another important thing. What do I mean by honest? Being able, you trade. There are some times you buy from people on credit. Keep your words. I'm paying you in next 2 weeks. Make sure you fulfill that part. But from one journey to another, being yourself, giving somebody your word, that happens to be with trust. So once that happens and you didn't fail, you have more opportunity of getting more. So sometimes people feel like I have access to this money, I hold it, it looks like it's yours. No. Those are the things you need to, as a businessman, you need to build that credibility.
Honesty, trust,
they are very important in business. Without that, you can only manage from only one you have at time.
That's true.
There is no more opportunity because people are afraid of you. There are many of us that are also business that even when I see them, I'm always careful, caution, because their track record are not good. Being a good businessman, you have to be honest to yourself. The way you do your things, don't offend because these all things we are working together. Yes. In order to achieve one goal. You don't block people from getting that success. So those are things. If you can be able to keep those things, it will help you in business. Now
you have outlets in Lagos, in Onitsha, Port Harcourt, and Abuja. Which of the environment is most favorable for your business? Is it Lagos? Is it Onitsha? Is it Abuja or Port Harcourt?
No, Lagos still remember what it is. A couple of tender we manage in Abuja, supplies, but Lagos. No doubt about it. Everything happened here.
So Lagos is your number one priority when it comes to your business?
Come tomorrow, call the next day. Lagos is still Lagos. Why we went to Abuja? Because of all this bigger tender that we run, because Abuja happens to be, it's more or less like a corporate business that is happening there. So it's not like Lagos. Lagos will have much opportunity. People in Benin Republic are coming in here. People from Niger Republic are coming in here. Ghana, even Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. So they can't go to Abuja to buy anything. So government is where it happens in Abuja. Sometimes you have a deal from FRS, you supply numbers, not like, because most of those things they control from Abuja and send out to other states. So those are where it also happens.
That means Lagos is even more favorable for you than Onitsha.
Yes, definitely. on my kind of business.
On your kind of business.
But if some other business happens in Onitsha, but what I do, IT and photographic, Lagos TB is number one. Yeah.
So that means from Lagos that you expanded to all other.
Definitely, this is our head office, Lagos. We are in Ikeja and here. All those business from here we dispatch to my central warehouse is also here. So we've sent goods out from here to other branches.
If you were in your 20s or 30s today, what would be your best advice to your younger self?
See, in life there are places you also make mistake. Maybe you've made a mistake, you want to be. There are times you need to be contented with what you have and don't take that kind of risk that you are not sure. There are risks that are like 90-10, 50-50. It's not bad, but because this money, if it goes, to make money is difficult than loss. We can even lose $1 million in one button. Getting that money like that it doesn't come easy. So you need to be careful. Know when to trade, know when to invest, not like gambling.
So you think operating a business in Nigeria is quite challenging?
Yeah, definitely it's quite challenging. Just like experience I shared with you now.
Is it more challenging here than other countries?
The problem here is the system, the economic system here. Most of us are struggling based on from who we are. There are some tribes that can't even sustain. They will give up. But we keep on believing, and we don't. That spirit never say die. It's in us. People from the east too, I don't know, maybe most of them from other tribes are now starting to see what we are doing and key in. But we believe that tomorrow will be better. So risk is business.
Do you think going to school is important or is a waste of time?
No, going to school is very important.
Did you go to school?
I did, but I did not
Where did you stop? Primary or secondary?
No, secondary.
Stopped at secondary. Yeah. Then before you started?
I started learning. After I free from my boss, I went back, try and do some couple of things. But at the end of the day, I couldn't cope because I'm always out there. Sometimes I travel out, spend 3 weeks. By the time I come back, a lot of things have accumulated. But with time, education is not something you can ignore. So
would you advise someone to go to?
Definitely, you can do both. That's what myself have done it. You are doing your business, make a time to also engage. It might be evening or whatever. Just try and see how you can be able to get, because those are the scale. Today you don't do anything, you can't even have a computer. There are things you need to know. Unless the level of your business is just like open up a shop, you attend to people, it end there. But if you want to expand, there are a lot of things now. There are a lot of things that are involved.
Now, before you to be able to scale to all these outlets, what is your template or idea or strategy for someone to be able to start from one shop and be able to scale or expand to other outlets?
That expansion needs also management team to do that, because I cannot be here, be in Ikeja or Port Harcourt. It's only software that can help you do that. If you have a good structure, you can be able to manage it.
How did you build that structure?
Your money have to work for you, and you also need to know, to learn. Being able to learn how this thing is being programmed, and know when you check your inventory, those stuff.
At what point do you know that you need to expand?
When the capital is growing and you think like you need to reach out to other places, because Nigeria, we potential here today. If you ask, they will say we are like 200 million, but believe me, Nigeria is up to 300 million. So by the time one household, even during COVID, a lot of things happen. I lost money. I made money also. But during that COVID, there are some big organizations we do supply. When we supply goods, they pay us. But we've been at home for like 4 months. Before that was when this whole incident, the exchange rate increased from 360 to 780 naira. And we've done business that worth millions. At the rate of 360, you are getting your money. You are paying back at 780. You can imagine. So this is how it's been. Sometimes you can't predict what will happen.
If someone is watching now and wants to become an entrepreneur, what is your top 5 best advice to someone that wants to go into any business?
Number 1, you have to identify what you want to do. Business, there are many types of business. And being able to identify the exact business you want to go into, number 1. Then step 2, you need to sit down and structure how supply and sell. Where are you getting this item from, and who need this product? So there you come in, customer relationship comes in. The way you attend to your customer, that will make them to come tomorrow. Before then, because there are no how one person can do business. The people you are employing, even if you are bringing your relative, you need to make sure they are the right people. Nigeria today, you can never trust people 100%. There are risks also in that aspect. You might employ somebody today, they are not willing to work with you. They just want to grow instantly. This business is something you nurture. Just like you planting a flower, from time to time you put water in order for the flower to grow. That's the language business. There are a lot of things, and also the relationship you have with the people that you are trading with, even if you are buying from them or you are selling to them. It's also part of it. Honesty and being able to focus every day is something that doesn't happen in a push of button. Grow the business from stage 1, stage 2, stage 3.
That's true.
So,
what's your name?
my name is Franklin Emeka Agulefo.
Franklin Emeka Agulefo.
Thank you very much.
Advice you shared. Do you have any final words you want to say?
I just wish they could be able to focus on whatever you want to do apart from business. For you to even grow, you have to be submissive. Don't forget, God is the author and the finisher. All and all.
So you believe in God?
I believe in God. You need to talk to God, tell him what you want to do. He will direct you more, not human.
You said you are trying to add up this question. You said you made your first 1 million year 2000. Your first 1 million year 2000.
Yes.
How old were you then?
24 years old.
24. So that means you made your first 1 million at 24.
Before 24, I made my first 1 million.
Then when specifically, at what age did you make your first 1 million?
That should be when I was 22.
Incredible. There are many 22-year-olds that are still feeding under their mom's side.
I started early.
Fantastic.
I started early.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. So that's what street business credibility looks like. You've heard from this successful entrepreneur on how he was able to build his wealth. And if this episode inspired you, do well to hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it with those who this is going to inspire. I remain your very host, Benzik, and make sure you turn on your post notification because this is going to be a regular series we're going to keep dropping to recover virtually every area where successful people are building businesses and get their secrets on how they build their wealth so that you can also learn and build your own wealth without any fluff. It's going to be raw, direct, and straight to the fact to teach you so that you also can become successful in your own area of influence. So I remain your host, Benzik, and I'm catch you again next time. Cheers.